The
Yeah,
only
yeah,
way that to get this kind of resolve is traveling and seeing how different cultures work. Then you realize, oh, there's different ways of living.
for sure, for sure. And I actually don't think I really, so you and me were both proponents of like, yeah, it's just you just gotta travel. I really don't think that's true because I know a lot of people that have traveled that still have that self perspective narrative. Like they're like,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
go to that, you know what I'm saying? They'll go to that country and be like, oh, why is it like this? Like, bro, you're in their country.
Hmm.
What are
Hmm.
you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
just how they do it, you know? But then they're like, oh, should be like this.
Yeah, I get that.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? They're like,
That's
bro,
yeah, that's a
it just
level
sparked it
of
with the Shogun thing when you're talking about. I was like, oh, that's exactly what I've been experiencing a lot lately. And
right.
they showed it in the show, and it's just like cultural ignorance
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
like unadaptability. Just like there's something there that you're just like,
Hmm.
the hell, man. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go into your house and then you're gonna. Oh, what was that? You showed me that psychological experiment where they swapped houses before, remember? And they like the the white
Yeah,
kid was with the Muslims, and then they're like, "Why are you praying?" What? This is like,
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? You're like, you see it, but you're like, no, that's just how they do it, bro. Like, they just
It
pray.
depends
Like,
on how
okay,
open a person's mind is. I think that's what it is.
yeah,
Even if you do travel, it's also what kind of experience you want to learn from traveling. Do you want to go
right,
resort where you're blocked off from the rest of the actual world of within
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
same country? Then that's different, right? So
For sure, and like know your limits too, because
because
like old, yeah,
you can go there and like, okay, I don't like this. That's fine. You can,
facts. That's
right?
true. Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just don't
Because
go then.
yeah, so I mean, I learned that from going to Morocco. I was like, I don't really like their food. Like that's
Oh, you went to Morocco?
yeah, or Tangier
Oh
in
shit.
Morocco before. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
So it's like,
Yeah,
okay, this
totally.
is not my vibe.
Right, exactly. So we went. That's funny you said that because we went to the airport in Morocco, and it seemed a little sketchy. And I was like, I'll delete this off my bucket list of places I want to go. But it's like, yeah, you just know you don't want to go. It's when you, well, I guess it's twofold. Like you have to know how you're entering things because yeah, some people will just go to the resort and then be like, yeah, I went to this country. It's like, yeah, but you went to that country and stayed your same ethnicity.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like if I go to a different country and I'm looking for Filipino food, but we're in Spain, it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yeah,
You're in Spain, bro.
yeah.
Look for Spanish food,
Right.
you know? Um, but then also knowing, because like the old me would have been like, yeah, I'll just take on every single thing. Because that was during my like real like
Mm.
uber curious phase. But then now other people like been like, hey, you should come out to here. I'm like, no, because I know I won't like that. You know, like camping. I hate camping. Why am I gonna do it?
Right.
They're like, oh, you should come. I'm like, no. But like, know that about yourself. Maybe it's like it's okay if you want only those things. Like you're like, I want my cold water, I want to drink coffee in the morning, I want this, I want that. But it's like for sure, but know that about yourself. Then just stay in North America, bro.
Hmm.
Like it's really weird and off-putting when you go to a different place and then you really want to just stay the same. It's like, so why'd you even go?
Yeah, you're not gonna enjoy your experience then. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just gonna bring other people down
Yeah.
because then they're gonna be like I want to go do this, but
Hmm.
you just want to do this. It's like,
Hmm.
oh man, yeah. I don't know how to solve that one. But it's funny that when you brought up the Shogun thing and like the cultural confusion.
Because he's learning it all for the first time because he comes from the British side. He doesn't know just saying stuff off the cuff is actually means something, right?
Yeah, totally
And
right. Yeah, yeah,
because then
fact.
he got mad. He's like, wait, why did he died for nothing? That's like it was not something to die for. But he realized like the words mean something.
Right. And they take it more literally. That's so funny, even the words thing too, because like for me, I'm kind of like if I said I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do my hardest thing to do it, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And then so for some people it's like I'll say it, but it doesn't really hold weight. And they're like, oh, that's weird that we're both looking at it differently, but then you have to understand that those are those types of people.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Or like something that everyone this is gonna be I'm gonna make this as general as possible because everyone goes through it, but like politics. Not like in the terms of like governance,
Mm-hmm.
but like inter intercompany politics. you're like, are we not all in the same? Like, let's just do our jobs, guys. Like, what are
Yeah,
we doing
right.
out here? You know what I mean? It's like, but I think that's just a perspective of somebody that's like from that kind of culture. Like when you're saying the thing about the Shogun, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like they took it literally. They're very serious about what they're doing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it's like something about Asians, man. Asians are just built different. We're just like, I'm just gonna go, I'm gonna do this thing to the best of my ability, and like that's my focus. But then you're like, you do it to another person, and then they're like lazy about it, or just like, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, yeah, just how upbringing. This is very different. That's why it's like
Yeah.
it's seeing the differences here, right? He views freedom. He has the British guy or the barbarian. He's more. Uh, he's always thought about freedom. That's why he was a pirate. He's in the ocean,
Right, right.
right?
Yeah, yeah. So that's
Where
that's his perspective.
yeah, yeah. So for he doesn't understand how they all have to like they're strictly following these rules, but when
Yes,
they
yes.
don't want to do it, but they still have to do it because it's cultural, it's societal, right? They're ruled by
Yes,
these sort of things. So he sees them as prisons, like they're in prisons.
yes. 100%. And that's funny because like there's certain things that like Asian people do, and you're just like, well, we just have to like it's just ingrained in us. It's like cultural, right?
Hmm.
And then like you bring somebody from the outside to that, and they're like, well, why are you doing that? That's so maladaptive. That's so blah blah blah. And you're like, that's our culture, though, bro. Like we just have to do that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I have to respect you because you're older than me, bro. You know.
yeah,
So what do they know? Blah blah. It's filial piety, bro. Like I just have to. You know. Yeah, no matter your age, like you know what I'm trying to say. It's
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird because like me going to you saying, you know what I'm trying to say, is funny because it's like we just get it. So it's hard to explain something that's natural within the things you'd just be doing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
You know, like of course I'm gonna do that. Of course I'm gonna do that. It's like I shouldn't even have to explain that. I wouldn't have to explain that to you. That's why I'm saying like you know what I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
But then if somebody's listening to this and they're not from the culture, they're like, "What do you guys mean? Like, what do you like?
Hmm.
Why would you do that?" And it's
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
and then it's how do people get along? How do people? I know I've said this multiple times. There's just way too many ways that people can be brought up in life. It's like I really know see uh, I don't really see a pathway forward to peace because everyone's just going to be, you know,
Everyone's coming at it from different perspectives, and it's always hard to get an agreement around
yeah.
one idea.
Even if you're all on the same page, like you're all working in the same company, you're all training in the same place, you're all working on the same project, you know, like even if you're supposed to all work together, there's like cultural differences that come in the way, and then you're just like it slows down progress,
Hmm.
you know? Yeah. Oh, the human race is so crazy. Anything else about Shogun that you want to bring up?
Yeah, it was like
Is it actually better than Game of Thrones? People have been saying that.
um, it's getting to the, but it's more focused in Japan. You're learning more about the different tribes and clans, right? How
Okay.
the schemingness, who to trust. It is getting there to the Game of Thronesy kind of thing.
Oh, really interesting.
But we'll see.
That's cool.
I'll see. I'm halfway through it, I think, and
How many seasons? One season, right?
there's only one. Yeah, there was another interesting thing too, because it's a real time, right? And his reaction to because Japan has a lot of earthquakes, so
Oh, really?
his
I didn't know
experience,
that.
yeah, it's like I've never seen it done where it's like back in those times, how would they view the earthquake? Because they won't understand what it is.
Yeah, so they think it's a god or something?
God, yeah, but that I think also helps them why they think they're closer. Like the death thing is very close to them as well,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
right? And his
But they're also warring. They're also very
yeah,
warring.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, and that too. But it could be part of that because it's all
yeah,
there, right? For the British guy was like, what is happening? Why is the earth shaking like
yeah,
this?
yeah.
He's never experienced an earthquake.
Actually, I think you're right though. I think that has a lot to do with Shintoism too, because Shinto religion is they believe in it's very secular. It's like nature. There's spirits in nature.
Hmm.
So like yeah,
Yeah,
you would
there was
think
some
that
there was some interesting things I learned there too. The show does where they would hold the samurai or weapons that like with their sleeves, right? Because yeah,
That's interesting.
because the person it's not owns that thing, right? So like one of the girls picked up the barbarian's guns, but she used her sleeve because weapons are it's that person's soul.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that, but I knew that from like Bleach.
Right.
Like the anime, it's like
Yeah.
not
Yeah, yeah.
real, but like, oh, that's
So
cool where they
this
took
is
that from.
yeah. So this was the practice then too. So it's like interesting to see that, like how they were holding it, following these things that were happening at that time.
That is pretty cool. Yeah. Hmm.